Welcome to one more edition of Politics Around. I'm Egberto Willis, your host. Thank you so kindly for being a part of the show. Today we have somebody special, Kedar Reddy. Kedar, how are you doing today?
Hey, good, Egberto.
Well, look, Kedar is out here at Netroots. You know, Netroots decided to go all virtual this year because, again, we do this every year, and this is the first time that it's all done online. The pandemic is real. But anyhow, Kedar, what he is doing kind of helped the situation well. Kedar, before we get started, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, Egberto. I'm an activist. I'm an anti-caste activist based in the San Francisco Bay Area. Let's see. So I have a background in game design and technology. So it's been always my passion to merge my technical skills and my design skills with activism.
Now, you decided to put a platform together. And tell us a little bit about what got you or what drove you to build this platform.
Yeah, so for the last around 4 or 5 years, I've been organizing online specifically. And one of the forms of organizing that I have repeatedly engaged and coordinated is are something called Twitter storms, right? And so these are actions that happen on Twitter, where activists come together for short periods and really engage on a particular issue with the idea of having that.
Give me one good example of a Twitter storm that was successful that you think your platform will improve or would improve on.
For example, in the South Asian context, right? Let's take Stand with Kashmir, for example, right? Stand with Kashmir is this huge movement now that is advocating for the rights of Kashmiris, for the ending of military occupation of Kashmir by India, right? I think that's a movement that could really, that's already really successful on Twitter and social media in general, but I think that would definitely ease their organizing if they were to use Organiz.
Okay. Now tell us a little bit about how you were able to do so. First of all, how were you able to get funding for something like this?
Yeah, so as I said, I've been organizing these Twitter storms manually for the last few years, and it was out of that need that as a techie, I was like, we got to automate some parts of it. I mean, obviously you can't automate every aspect of it, but definitely the aspects of recruiting folks, sending reminders to folks that there's an action happening and they got to come. For example, scheduling tweets ahead of time. These are things I saw as opportunities for technology to improve. So I pitched this idea to Vocal.
When you say Vocal, who is Vocal?
Vocal is a progressive funder that's based out of Denver, Colorado. But they're specifically interested, at least in their fellowship program, to fund idea stage progressive kind of big ideas, entrepreneurs and projects. And I've pitched them last year, and I was lucky enough to get the fellowship. And it was actually very transformational for us because that made all the difference. It gave us the mental space, the physical space, the resources to be able to get off the ground and actually have a product in quick time.
Now, how long did it take you to develop the product?
I would say the actual development took us about a month and a half to get to the MVP stage.
Explain to people, because you're a techie. Everybody doesn't understand those phrases. What is MVP?
MVP is a minimum viable product. It's basically what is the what's the smallest product, or what's the essence of the product that needs to be built so that it's found valuable by customers or your target audience. And so for us, that meant that we basically built a platform where organizers can schedule tweets ahead of time with their entire community, and that that was our MVP. And I think the way that we differentiate from existing social media management tools is that, like, for example, if you look at Hootsuite, they're all about, you can schedule tweets with 1 or 2 or like maximum like 5 of your team members. And as you keep adding members to your team on Hootsuite, for example, the price keeps increasing. So, but if here's a real chance for your entire community or entire base to schedule tweets around a particular topic ahead of time.
So are you saying that price base you probably are charging per action or something like that, or?
Yeah, we're not actually charging right now. It's a completely free tool to use.
Mm-hmm.
But once we do have a pricing model, it's probably going to be around per campaign.
Now tell us a little bit about the product proper.
Yeah. So I mentioned like one of the advantages of it is that you can schedule tweets ahead of time as a community. But another aspect of it that's different is that unlike, for example, our tool might sound very familiar to Thunderbolt, which was a tool that was around a couple of years ago, but that was banned by Facebook and Twitter, specifically because it was creating a lot of, for those of you that don't know, Thunderbolt basically was like a Kickstarter for social media posts, so basically, let's say I decide to create a post and I have a goal of 200 retweets on that post. So if I get 200 people to pledge to retweet my post, then all of them kind of go out at once. But if I don't meet my goal, the tweet doesn't go out. So that was the idea behind it, and the problem there was that it was creating a lot of spam. Because it was kind of these the singular message that was getting posted multiple times, and it was very bot-like, and it just didn't serve.
Well, it was a bot.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So so basically I think so our tool really, I see it as an evolution from that, in that we encourage organizers to come up with prompts that their base can respond to, in a meaningful way. And also learn, because oftentimes you have organizers who are experts in their particular fields or about their campaigns. Their base might not be, right? So the first step is when a supporter or an activist comes to the platform is that they learn about the issue, and then they can schedule a tweet or voice their opinion on the topic.
So let me see if I understand it then. The thing behind you is your platform, Organiz.org, will have a whole lot. When you get in there, you'd have a whole lot of different issues. And if it's an issue that turns you on, or something that an activist sent you to that issue, you decide, oh, I like this, I am going to tweet about it under this platform, and you keep stats of all of them. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it, right? So there's a bunch of campaigns on our platform right now. If any of them resonate with you, you can go in and schedule a tweet in support of that campaign, right? And what happens is often all of these campaigns are set to go live over the course of a couple of hours at some point in the future, right? And so when you schedule a tweet, it just exists on the Organiz platform. And when it, and let's say it's supposed to go live on Monday morning at 10 a.m. At 10 a.m., all these tweets for that particular campaign start to roll out onto Twitter over the course of maybe like a 2-hour period,
So I think what you're saying then is the way this organizing tool works then is they're truly individual people. So it is individual mindsets that are going in there that's put the tweet that they want. And what you're doing is organizing that tweet set to have a particular effect by going out all in a short period of time so that it'll be more effective. Is that correct?
Exactly, yeah. So it's basically taking advantage of Twitter's algorithms that favor recent content and highly engaged with content.
Right.
Because that Twitter algorithm basically takes that and puts that in front of more people, right? So that's what was being done manually all along. And now we've come out with a tool that makes it many parts of that automated.
Yeah, because at first you had to get people say, hey, are we having a tweet storm at 10 p.m.? And then everybody gets an email at 10 p.m. and they have to go do it. They may want to do it, but they may have to go take care of a kid, or they may be eating or something like that. So you automate that in such a manner that it's not bot-like. It is a real intent of the person that wasn't really there to do it at the time.
Exactly.
I think that is I think placing that as a concept is important because again, especially now that we're talking about wanting to eliminate bots and not eliminate bots, but sort of temper how bots work because it doesn't tell what the true feeling of the population is. I think your tool is actually saying what the true sense of the population that supports that topic is, but just goes ahead and manage how, you know, when these things are going. I think that is a great great thing to put together. And I imagine you keep stats for the people as well, that as how far their campaigns are going.
Yeah, so there we have analytics about, for example, like we aggregate all the numbers from Twitter, for example, the total reach of the campaign, the total engagements, and that kind of thing. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you run into any API issues? I mean, Twitter has some limitations as far as how many times you can call APIs and that sort of thing, right?
Yeah. So they do have like an enterprise API that's really expensive and honestly out of reach for us right now as a super early startup. But I think what can be construed from their their more freer APIs is that you can get to the potential reach. You might not be able to get to the actual reach, but you can get to an approximation of like this is the maximum potential for the campaign, and your actual reach is probably a percentage of that total.
Well, excellent. I think I think that's an excellent tool. Tell folks exactly how they can get to it, and tell us a little bit about pricing. Now it's free. In the future, tell us a little. Give us your spiel about, folks. This is right why you need to get here. Folks, come on our platform and, you know, let us know.
Yeah, I think so. Organiz without an E at the end. Organiz.org is how you can get started. Learn more about the platform, but basically it's for politicians who want to engage with their base, candidates who want to, you know, engage with potential constituents. You could have town halls, Twitter town halls, or organizers who can do Twitter chats or organize Twitter storms to put pressure on, again, political leaders. And you can get started by, again, going to organiz.org and clicking on Get Started, and there's a button that says free upgrade, and you can upgrade to become an organizer and get started on the platform that way. It's completely free for now. We are probably going to start charging later on in the fall once we are more mature as a platform.
Now, Kedar, is this the first Netroots Nation that you've been to, or do you go to them every year as well?
I've been to a couple so far. I think this is my third or fourth.
Third or fourth?
Yeah, yeah.
Great, excellent. Well, look, Kedar Reddy, what are you? Are you the president of Organiz.org?
I'm the co-founder, yeah.
You're the co-founder of Organiz.org, and that is Organiz, folks, without the E. Thank you so kindly for having been a part of Politics Done Right. I think the work that you guys are doing is exceptional. Please keep up your great work.
Thank you so much.
I'm Egberto Willies, host of Politics Done Right, an independent news program. I post several news videos of interest every day. I ask you so kindly to subscribe to my channel, and please leave me some comments. Thank you very much.